Hello friends and welcome back. Today I'm going to be setting up my June disc planner. So I have a few thousand things around me to try to go through and figure out exactly what I'm going to be putting in here for the month of June. This is primarily Jane's Agenda, but there is some cloth and paper in here, and now there will be some 8Lotus in here. So I have 3 different subscriptions to kind of go through and pick parts and pieces out of to use inside of this planner. And so yeah, I'm just going to get started. So I've taken a lot out of it, but not everything. So this right here came in the cloth and paper this last month's subscription, along with those fabulous books that we got and a few other things. So I have this already in here, and I really like this for keeping stuff like this in here. So if I want to keep any of my sticky notes, if I want to keep any of my little bullet dots, anything like that, this is going to be a good place for them to stay, just so that they're easy for me to get to, because I tend to decorate my pockets. So with this being all decorated, it's nice to have like a little pouch that I can take out and put in as I need it. So it's like, it was really nice addition to the cloth and paper sub box. And yeah, I was really happy to get that. Then we have our Jane's Agenda cover that I have had on since we got this one. I think this was like November or something. It was a while ago, and I love this. So yeah, but I think it's time for it to come out. Then we have quite a few things in here that I believe I'm going to keep in the planner. I don't feel like I need to take these out. We have our lists, and then we've got one of these which we can take out. So these are from past Jane's Agenda subscriptions. This little section right here we'll talk about when we get to that, but I want to take all of these out so we can kind of figure out what dividers we want, what dividers we need. This one I'm going to stay, and this one's going to stay because this is my favorite divider ever, and I want to keep that. And then we're on to the plans section. We'll take this one out. They're all my favorites, but we have new ones. So let's play with the new ones and keep the old ones for later. And because you get so many every single month from, let's check out April, from Jane's Agenda, and now I'm getting them from cloth and paper, and I'm getting them from 8Lotus. I have a lot to choose from, so skipping months every once in a while from Jane's Agenda isn't a big deal. Pretty sure I can skip cloth and paper as well if it's something that I don't really feel like I need. I don't think I would be too upset to... I don't know if I need this. This is, what month is this? This is April. We don't need April. That's too far back. But I do... That's so pretty. I really love these, but it's time to switch them. This I have to, nope, this one can come out as well. I think one of these has May attached to it, but we're going to pull all these out, and I do keep these. These are the Cocoa Daisy dividers, the Cocoa Daisy stuff that I turned into dividers. So I have my Lavender Punch, and I cut them. Usually they come pretty big, so I cut them down to fit inside. This is a half-liter size, so I cut them down to fit in the half-liter size, just in case you're wondering what I do with that. And then this is May, and I always keep the month previous so I can refer back to it if I need to. It's another divider that I probably don't need because we're kind of switching out of that. And then this is June, and then I'm going to need to bring July in here. We have Done is Better Than Perfect, and then we have this little divider here, and I have a goals section with a divider that I'm going to pull out as well because we got some other stuff to play with. So I'll put these off to the side. Okay, so now we're pretty naked other than my covers, which we're gonna swap out the covers to these, which is this month's, even though I love this cover. It's probably gonna make its way back into my planner this winter, so I'm gonna keep it kind of in a spot that'll be easy for me to grab, because I do have quite a few. Besides getting during, I think, Black Friday, I ordered several things during Black Friday because I was fairly new to Jane's Agenda and I didn't have a lot to choose from, and now I have too much to choose from. I did skip the last couple of months, But for now through the end of the year, I probably won't be skipping anymore because this is their anniversary time. And she's already said that this is going to be like an amazing time to be subscribed. So I'm not going to be skipping for the rest of the year just because I saw that beautiful yellow cover, which is going to be perfect for summertime coming. And then I'm sure that they have like a whole lot of stuff that is set up for us for, yeah, for fun stuff. So anyway, we're naked. This is naked. Let's start putting some things in it. So one of the things that I did was I did print these. So this is Haru Plans, and I believe, I don't know, I'm not sure where this one came from, but they're just some little things that I wanted to put in here. So right here, I said I would talk about it. So let's talk about it. I have been getting my little public display for you guys of warning. I've been ordering some things off of Instagram. Like I get, you get a lot of ads on Instagram for buy this or buy this or buy this. And I like one of them was one of those lights, and it showed you could hold it like this and do your filming. And I bought it, never got it. Two other things that I ordered on there, never got them. So I had to go back and do a chargeback on my card. So just be aware. And the best way to keep track of that kind of stuff is to have some type of a tracking system for everything that you purchase. So as you can see here, I'm down to the last page on the online shopping app. And on here, whenever I order something, I write the date, who it was, and when, and like a little item description. And then I mark when it's shipped and when it's received. So that way I know exactly what's coming, and if it doesn't show up within a certain amount of time, I can start tracking it, figure it out, and then do what I had to do. Because I did reach out to the companies, and they gave me they lied to me and said, oh, it had to do with tariffs. That's what they said was the reason why I didn't get it. And I call BS on that because it was the last known shipping, like tracking on it was in Oregon. Well, if it already made it supposedly to Oregon, there's no reason why tariffs would be stopping it from coming to me. It's because they shipped it, if they shipped it at all, to a bogus address, and I never received it. So that way it showed up on their little system as being delivered, but it never got to me. It never moved out of Oregon, if that's even like where it is. So anyway, that's just my little disclaimer. Be very, very careful of what you purchase. Always use a credit card of some sort. Never use your checking account, because then that information is out there. Personally, it's just my own opinion. If you do it with your credit card, it's super easy to charge it back. And so then they just give you your money back, and then you do not have to stress out about it. You don't have to worry about it. Your credit card they put the money back and you're good to go. So that's just my little public service announcement. Okay, so in the back of this, one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately is swaps. So during sale times, like if I'm in a Planner Boss sale, Plan sale, Ultimate Planner sale, any of those, I try to sign up for swaps when I can. And so this is a nice little tracker for that. That's probably has nothing to do with about 90% of the people that watch my videos, but it's just something that if you are a shop owner, there are actual, I think that was Lights Planner Action has a business one, and the business one is where you'll find that particular thing. Also, I believe this is in Lights Planner Action. So this one, I decided to adapt the expenses to this. I'm going to rewrite it and redo it because you can see I've been crossing a lot of them out. This is just a running list of everything that I'm subscribed to and when they renew, so that I can keep track of them in my, my expenses. So I decided to use this expense tracker instead, where I'll put the date, and this will be the date that it renews, what it is and how much it is, just to keep track of everything, because this is like super messy and a lot of things are crossed out because a lot of stuff isn't, and I'm about to go through it again and start, clearing out some of the subscriptions that I don't feel like I need anymore, or ones that I'm not using. And then this one right here, I didn't know what to do with it. This came from Class and Paper once, and I wanted to just kind of keep track of my subscriptions and when they, on like an overview. It was just a fun thing that I probably won't continue because it's a kind of a lot of work to keep up with it, but that was that. And I think that's it for what I printed. Now let's go through some of the actual inserts. And one of the things I wanted to show you, let me set this off to the side, is how I store my inserts. So if you're new to the box subscription box stuff, you get a lot of inserts that you may not need right now. They may be things that you need in the future. And so this is a really good way for you to keep track of them. Kind of, these are all inserts and they're all from different companies. And now that I have the 8Lotus subscription, 8Lotus is known for their inserts. So you get a lot of them every single month. So you have to have a place to kind of store them, go back and grab what you need. And so this is what I'm using. I got this at Target. It's just one of these little bucket things and they fit perfectly in here. They just stand up. It sits on my cubicle shelf just like this. And I have everything in here and I just have little dividers in between them just so that I can figure out what's what. And sometimes I'll pull like some of the papers from Cocoa Daisy, like the inserts from Cocoa Daisy, and use it as an insert, like as a little divider in here. But there's all kinds of stuff. And this is where I go to find what I want to use for this month. So if there's something in here that I need, I can just hop in here and pull it out. So right now, what we need is July. So I'm going to pull out the month of July and the monthly part of August, because I don't want to put too much stuff in here, but I do need the month before and the month after. And I want to do one more month because I have some stuff coming up in August. I have family coming. So I want to be able to put that stuff inside the planner and plan ahead for when they're going to be here. So I'm putting August in there, but that is the whole year right here. This is cloth and paper. Behind it, we have some Jane's Agenda, which is Jane's Agenda's weeklies, which I stopped using, but I've kept them. I don't know why, because towards the end of the year, I might decide to pull them and use them. I don't know, but I just didn't feel like throwing them away yet. And then there's like the daily docket, there's a focus outline, there's all kinds of stuff in here, debriefing worksheets, and then a lot of travel planner stuff, project planners. There's a travel planner in here, intentions, like this is all stuff that you get from. And then this is the great big Jane's Agenda trip planner. So this is your travel planner right here. And there's another travel planner over there. So we'll go through that really quick and kind of go through and see what things we actually want to put in the planner. So first thing to start with is this. And so we're going to flip back to, we need to put in all our dividers because, oops, I'm dropping papers everywhere. Because we're going to need all the space. All right, so there's the end of June and then starts all of July and then the month of August is in here. Not the whole weekly parts, but just the monthly. So there is that. So we'll go all the way through to here. And then these came from Cloth and Paper. And I thought they were kind of interesting. So these were in the last sub box and it gives you like a focus area and a notes section. And so I was going to just I took out the notes section in the back. Like I don't have notes in here anymore because I wanted to make this a little bit more useful for me other than just having a bunch of note papers in the back, which had no rhyme or reason as to what was where. And it was really hard for me to focus and figure out where I wrote stuff down last. So I wanted this section in the back to be a little bit neater. So here, which will be like sale information, will go on top and we'll make a divider for that. And then behind it, I thought we could throw a couple of these little focus things in here. Not all of them, just a few that I could pull out and add to whatever week I needed them to be in. So just to have back here, not necessarily to leave it back here, but to pull it into the week that I wanted to use it for. And then I'll put these in my case to hold on to. Then, so I showed you already that Jane gave us a travel planner. I do not need that right now, but I will need that later in the year. Then I have a ton of things to decorate with, but let's show you what came in the 8Lotus because we're probably going to use some of these. So this dashboard and these dividers, I definitely want to use. So I'm going to have these over here. I'm going to put these, let me just stick them right there so you can see what's in here. So you have a 1 line a day, which is interesting. I don't know if I want to try to use this or not, but this was one of the inserts that came, but to give it a fair shake, I'm going to put 2 months worth. So it's 1 line a day. You get 2 lines. You can circle the month, the year, put the information, and I'm going to try to fit my quotes on here. Not the quotes that I'm currently using, but the quotes that I want to make the cards for Instagram for later, because that is part of my business stuff. Is my Instagram account is where I like to showcase my artwork, and with it I make the quote cards with the daily quotes on them, whether it's philosophy, books, movies, poetry, who knows. I never know what I'm gonna what I'm gonna run across that I really, really love. And so I ahead put these in here so that I know for here, like I would circle the month of June, these are the quotes that I want for this section and the artwork that I'm going to be making them with. So that's my idea for this. What you guys use a 1 line a day for is, you know, it's totally going to be personal preference on what you like. So, or what you need. It could be a positive affirmation. It could be all kinds of things. Then they gave us meeting notes. I have no need for meeting notes, and I have no need for this right now. So I'm going to put this in the box and maybe some other day. But if you're in the business world where you have meetings and things like that, and you feel like you need these, I do talk about these a little bit more in depth in the actual haul video, which is coming up later. So if you want to hear like my thoughts and some ideas for this, that is probably going to be a good place, because I do have like a full unboxing of the Infinite Lotus, so you can kind of get an idea of that. Next, they gave us a 100-day challenge, which I do have some habits that I'm trying to create, some habits that I'm trying to create, but it does take you 3 months to form a habit. So if it's something that you haven't already been doing and you want to create a habit and you want to make it like take your vitamins every day, or 1,000 steps or 10,000 steps a day, or whatever it is that you want to create a habit for, this right here is a little over 3 months worth of boxes for you to fill out to get you to your 100 days. So you can do a challenge per page. There's 100 boxes per page. You can put your goal up here. So say it's 10,000 steps a day, the start date, when you've completed it, and what you're going to reward yourself with. So every time that you want to create a new habit that you feel is a good habit, like if you want to quit smoking, what's your reward when you quit smoking? Well, considering how expensive cigarettes are, I would reward myself with like a new wardrobe. I don't know. I would buy something gigantic, because the amount of money that you would save from quitting smoking, this is coming from a respiratory therapist who's telling you don't smoke, quit vaping, quit smoking, quit doing all those things. That's a whole nother PSA right there. So anyways, give yourself a good reward and then just track it. And you can do one on each. And there are a ton of these. So you have got options for days. And because they're undated, obviously these can just go in the box and you can use them as you need them. So I'm going to put those away because I don't need that in my business planner. I don't think I have any habits that I want for my business planner, but that would be like a fun thing to kind of cut down and add a page to my Wonderland 222. And like, if you just like cut this off right around it, you could probably add that right to the Wonderland 222, just tape it to it, and then do a 100-day challenge in your personal planner. And that's what my personal planner is. This is my business planner, so I don't need any of that in my business planner. And then this is the coolest part of a travel planner. It's literally 1 page. And so you could do a page a person, whatever it is that you want to do. But if you are traveling, this gives you all of the information, including medication. So you can take your vitamins, your HRTs, whatever it is that you're taking with you, toiletries, technology, so you don't forget your plugs. I always forget my charger. Essentials, travel documents, don't want to forget any of that stuff, especially now that you need a star card to travel. Clothing, shoes, accessories, areas where you can do your own list, and then some little notes at the bottom. And there are a ton of these. So there's a lot of trips that you could take with this. So yeah, they give you a lot of inserts. If you don't need inserts, this is not the box for you. Infinite Lotus is not the box for you if you are not somebody who likes to test out and try out inserts, because as 99% of the box is the inserts. They do give you a couple of dividers. They do give you some sticky notes. They give you, this month had a to-do list, a pad. There was a pen that was a crap pen. Don't worry about the pen. And then there's like little things to decorate with, like these things here, which we'll use some of them, but probably not much. There was a little vellum thing that told you what was in it. I'll leave it here for a second if you want to see what was in the box without actually having to go watch the haul. But this is the stuff that was in the box, which it's on vellum. It's really nice vellum, which I'm going to throw this away. So it's kind of a waste. I wish they would have put like a quote or something on there because that would have been cool. Then the June intentions, which can be also part of, I'll leave that there so you can read it. It's really nice. And there is a little card to go with each one of these. Plan a summer trip, and then it tells you right here underneath plan a summer trip what their idea would be. So you have that. So that's really cool. That's really nice to have. So let's move into putting some of the stuff in the pockets from all of the companies. This I've been hanging on to for a minute. This came from Cloth and Paper. I love, love, love the texture of this. I just want to feel it. It is so cool to have like this really thick card, and it says, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And then it's got all of these fabulous grommet holes in it. It reminds me very much of like sailing, you know how like the sail has all these like big giant thick grommet holes. It reminds me of that. So I definitely wanted to put that in the June one because we already know that Jane sent us all the sailing things, all the summer things that you could possibly need in your planner. So you've got a ton. Oh, I dropped a clip. You have a ton of stuff to choose from Jane. So I'm going to put the cover, and then we have to figure out which one I want to put under it. I really have no idea what I want to put underneath this. So we have these little stones, I think are the prettiest, and it really brings out the colors because you can see that these are all different colors, and then there's foil on there, and I know it's going to be irritating. I think I'm going to stick with this one in the front just because I think it's so pretty. It really, really is pretty. You've got like the beachy scene on the back, but the blue in the rocks really brings out the color on the cover. So we're going to go with that one. Let me put the back in just so that it's here. You don't have to, but I don't have like a super thick planner right now. I don't have like a ton of stuff in it, so I can put this in the back. Did I take it off the front? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I didn't take it off the back though. If you're not into all of the stuff, all of the words, you can turn it this way and use this as your cover on the front if all you want is the whales, the foiled whales, which that is a vibe as well. That is like really pretty. So it's so satisfying to pull these off because it just like is so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. But I think I'm going to keep mine on the back because I like the little sayings on the front. And when you have these snap-on covers, you do not need these on the inside at all. Like these are actually meant if you don't have the snap-on covers. But, you know, I'm extra and I like having all the extra things. So, yeah, I have them and I'm going to keep them. That's just the way it is. This... also love, need that in the front, need that in the front, need that in the front. I think I'm just going to do this again in the back because these are the actual ones that came for your covers. So it looks like that in the back. So pretty. So, so pretty. Then, let's see, what do we want to do in the front? So we've got that. I have more stuff to decorate this pocket with. Let's see, let's do that before I get too far gone. Okay, this is really pretty. And I use these little tiny ollie clips. These you get them off of Etsy. You just go to Ollie's Etsy site and you can pick up the tiny ones. And the tiny ones work great because you can do that with it. And then you can also add, let me move it down a little bit. You can add another card. How about this one with the Set Your Course by this? That's pretty. And put that one right there. And then let's move it to where I can actually see what it says. We'll put it down here at the bottom. These are ollie clips, strong. They are super, super strong. So then we have a couple more cards here, which we can do like this. This doesn't really go anywhere with me. This says vacation loading. I'm going to put that one off to the side because I don't think I need that. Then this is supposed to go on top. I don't want it underneath because I'm going to be pulling it out. Whenever I'm using my planner, I'm just going to pull this out and have what I need right here. And then when I'm not and it's closed up, I'm going to put it back. So yeah, that's just, this is really pretty. I like the way that looks. I think what I'm going to do is put, will these fit? No, they won't fit in there. This is too big. I was going to stick these in here. I don't know. It's not my vibe. I don't think I'm going to use these. Let me put it off in a little, maybe some other time pile. I don't need this anymore. So this is everything that came in the box. I've already used the bag. When I did the candle event in the park, I took this bag and this is what I had, like a lot of stuff in there. I had my iPad in there, like a lot of stuff fits in that bag. So if you didn't get this box and you want this box, if I were you, I would keep an eye out for if she adds any of this stuff back to the website. These things are all very close in color. Like you could totally, like this vibe goes together beautifully. Like look at this. It's just like you could totally look at, and these are different companies. They don't even have anything to do with each other, but you've got all of this stuff which can all mix and match. Everything is figure outable. All can mix and match. So I am going to keep all of these off to the side because I may clip these into other places in my planner. I'm just not sure yet. I don't know. I have no idea. This is going on my desk because I love it. This is a to-do list with check boxes. So I always need that. That is one thing I struggle with probably the most, is figuring that out. I can actually keep, you know what, I'm going to do that so I don't lose them. I'm actually going to keep these in the pocket for now until I know where I want to put them. So I'm going to stick these in here for now so we can finish putting all of this stuff in. So we've got our cover 2025, and underneath of it I want something. So I have this sailboat. How's that look? Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna put the boat. Let's do the sailboat here. I have a lot of sections and everything has to be, I have to have like a divider in between each one just because it makes my heart happy. So then we've got projects. This one is, I just like the way, I think I'm going to leave that. I like the way that looks, and I don't have anything to go in between just yet. So I'm going to leave it like that. So that's that section. And then behind the lists section, let's do this one. I have like a vellum, I have a vellum overlay for everything. So we'll do the lists one there. And then we have our expenses and our expense tracker and our online stuff. Don't forget, important, very, very important. Okay. This, oh, I know why I kept this. I wanted it for the holidays. Okay, it's gonna stay. Actually, it probably should move this up here. Let's do this. I think I want this up here. I feel like I'm doubling up on the same thing, but this was a Jane's agenda, and I like having the holidays on this so that I can refer to them pretty quickly in the back. So we'll do that one. Then this is a monthly like overview thing, and that's why I put the meetings here, is because if I have anything, I'm just going to throw it on the monthly. That was from Jane's agenda. Not a fan of the sideways thing, so if she sends me something better, it's coming out. I'm not a fan of the turning my planner sideways to do anything, but it is what I have for now. Then this one needs a back. This one has the plans, and this starts the actual weeklies. So let's do this one here. Do I want this one? This one's perfect. Okay, so that starts the plans. And then this is the previous month. Do I need all this? I don't know. Do I need? No. Okay, we're going to get rid of all of these right here. All I need is May, but I have like the whole year in here. This goes all the way back to January. All I need is May. Okay, take those out. There, now we have May right here, and then starts June. I'm actually gonna split this because May is before, and then this is where we're at, and it gives me an excuse to put this in here. So we have this Explore, which has film on it, so let me get that off. That. This is just a dashboard, like dashboard divider, but it's made out of that plastic, so you can, it's a nice place, like if you want to have like a hard dashboard area in between like important section, this one would, that's why I'm putting it right here. So Explore with the map behind it is absolutely fantastic. And then we're into the weeklies, which is right here. We have Done is Better Than Perfect. I'm gonna keep this for later. This says sanctuary, and then it has the noun, a place offering space for healing, renewal, and return to one's natural state. Sorry, I'm listening to the dog crying and she's distracting me. So June would need to go in the front. So we're gonna do this one here because I like Done is Better Than Perfect because I feel like that's me. I'm far from perfect. And I'm also far from done. And then June should probably go somewhere up here because we have this, we have this. I wonder if that could go here. Nah, but it can just go right here by itself over the cloth and paper thing. That's fabulous. Okay, now a couple of things I wanted to show you because I thought it was kind of important. I'm going to try, if you get the cloth and paper subscription, not subscription, if you get the cloth and paper inserts, this particular one has this fantasticness on top, which is just like, it gives you like a little carpe diem, Latin phrase translated, seize the day, and then this is Joan Didion, and then it tells you kind of like a little bit about what she talked about for whatever they pulled it out. There's a different person for every month. You have a different one. Then you have like a little note section, your June goals section, you have your monthly section, and then more notes in the between. And then this is what a weekly looks like. And one of the things that I wanted to start doing, which is important to me, I don't know how many people actually already do this. I feel like a lot of people already do it and I'm behind the 8 ball, but there's a timed section in here from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. depending on if you're, actually it's 5. So for me, it would be night shift. This would be 5 p.m. to 12 in the afternoon. That's where I would probably do this because I'm a night shift person, but it would, for you, it would be 5 a.m. till midnight. Time blocking. So up here will be my notes, and down here I'm going to try and do the time blocking. So there's not going to be a ton of sticker decoration in here, unlike normally I do quite a bit of sticker decoration but I need to start time blocking because I'm having a really hard time stopping what I'm doing in a timely manner. So if I'm working in the shop, hours and hours and hours go by, and then I realize, you know, I'll look outside and it's dark and I'm to go do errands, or I don't have time to go and do some of the stuff that I needed to do. So I'm going to try and actually make myself a time block for, okay, so from 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. I can work in the shop. At 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. Or 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. I need to do, you know, office stuff. And then after that would be time to spend with my husband doing whatever, watch a movie or just like family time or whatever. And then before, because usually I wake up obviously before 5 p.m. But for me, this is where my work hours would be, and then bed. So time blocking for me is going to be a little bit weird. I measured these out. These are 1/4 of an inch, so 0.25 inches. And then I made these for myself, but I'm also going to put them up in the shop. I don't know if anybody else needs them or not, but when you're doing anything like this, I feel like it's important to either use highlighters so you can highlight your time, or you could be extra like me and use some time blocking strips. So what these look like is they are cut at 1/4 of an inch. And I will put one down. This is on washi paper, so it's super easy. But what I thought I would do is say from 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. until 11, I'm working in the office. So for this one, I would just, and it's washi paper, so you can use anything to trim it, and then you still have more left over. And then say on this day, I was going to work in the office until 5 a.m. and I was going to start at midnight. Then I could do this. And then off to the side, I also made some bullet points that match these. So the colors are smoke, moss, beige, and rose, and the same matching dots for bullet points if you want to use them as bullet points, which I'm totally going to do for my to-do lists up here, but also as a color guide for these. So this one I could put over here. I'll put one of these dots over here. You can see they fit inside the box. Hopefully you can see that they fit inside the little checkbox on your to-do list. I'm going to put these over here, and then I'm going to put office, or I'm going to put shop, or I'm going to put home, or I'm going to put family, or whatever. And I'm going to do the time blocking in a way that I can keep track of and be a little bit more mindful of the time that I'm spending doing stuff, and a little bit more time, like manage my time better. I'm hoping that this will work. So I'll let you know how it works out. But these are going to come in a pack of 4. So if you look these up in the shop, all 4 of them come together, and then this comes in a pack. So you get all 4 of these in a pack as well. So they're not all together this way. They're separate in case you don't do time blocking, but you do bullet points or checklists or whatever. And these are washi paper, so you can write on them, but you have to write on them with a regular pen. Don't write on them with a fountain pen, and don't write on them with a gel pen because they will wick. It is very porous paper, so it will just grab the ink and pull it away. So you want to use regular pen. So any regular pen that you have, and you want to do like check boxes or whatever, you can totally write on these. But I did it on washi paper, so I didn't want the glossy, because you can't write on the glossy. And if you want to use it to check stuff off, then you want to be able to write on them. So they're on washi paper. And the reason why I did these on washi paper is so that you can rip them easy, so you can pick your times and you can block them out. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these. They'll be up in the shop. And as always, the shop's listed down below. So we have those. These page pins, which came from Cloth and Paper, I think are fantastic. And I'm going to be using these a lot to like highlight certain things on my planner. I've got a lot of stuff. Let me show you. Right there. That box, I love that box. I got that box on Amazon. It is my favorite thing ever. I haven't even finished filling it yet, but look at these drawers where I can put washi tape or whatever I want in there. And then up here is where I'm keeping all of my stickers and some more of the things that I'm using for my my commonplace journal. So a lot of my commonplace journal stuff is up there. And then also a lot of the other like stickers, the gallery stickers from Cloth and Paper up there, which are fantastic. As you can see what they look like on the paper, where you can like highlight certain things. Like there's so many fun things to use to help you stay organized. It's impossible not to get organized unless it's me. It's probably me. If I can't organize myself, I'm doing something wrong. So anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I have. This is the way it's going to be set up for this month. Much more neutral. All the fluff is gone. All the stickers are gone, because I use my stickers to decorate my my regular everyday planner and my journal. So I don't need stickers in my business planner. I need my business planner to be functional. And so that is what I'm working towards, is just having a 100% functional, time-oriented business planner. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, leave them down in the area below, and I will get back to you ASAP. And yeah, so anyway, that's all I have for you now. I thank you guys so, so much for hanging out with me. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.